Thank you. All right, let's fucking hash.
Yo. Welcome to the stream. Hope everybody's having a good Friday. My name is Tree City Wes. Welcome to Tree City Live, episode number 70. If you weren't here last night, you missed a good one with episode 69. That was a good time. What's up, Aiden? What's up, Janet? What's up, the drama plug? Kind of anticipating a slow night tonight on a Friday. I'm sure all the cool people are out having fun. All the nerds like us are out here hashing away. Man, I think my miner might be running. I'm getting super laggy. My video. Let me adjust this here. Do you have a link for instructions on how to create the access control list? Nah, I actually haven't looked into that. You're talking about the access list for the EIP on Ethereum for DBZen? I have not. It's kind of funny. Maybe we should look into that. I'm rocking the DBZen shirt tonight. I have not experimented with that yet. Oops. Wrong button. Meant to hit this button.
All right, let's fucking hash.
Maybe we'll look into that tonight, though. I like that idea. I have not even begun to look into the Ethereum access control list. My mind's been solely focused on XenBlocks and XenBlocks mining and just getting my Zen mints going. But as always, we'll start the show out looking at the crypto charts. We'll start at crypto bubbles, and it looks like we got a green day. Seeing a lot of green across the board, a lot of familiar projects. We see Rune up 23%, this Thor chain. That's moving on up. This is a new one, this WeMix. We looked this up the other day. I thought it might have been something to do with music, like an Audius or something, like Mix, and it has this little waveform, but nah, it's just another layer 1 blockchain. I'm not sure if they have any special tech or anything, but you can see this is pumping up here. Up 12% on the day. You got Arbitrum up 7%, Trust Wallet up 7%, Neo up 6%. That's kind of interesting, an old one. Got Lido DAO up 8%. Rose. What's Rose? Isn't that like Ocean or something? Oasis. That's right. Yeah. They have some interesting technology over at Oasis. Yeah, Mina up 4%. This is the super tiny blockchain. I think isn't their thing, they fit their entire blockchain on like a 64 kilobit file. But to me, it's kind of a gimmicky type thing. What's up, Edwin? Welcome. What's up, Obi-Wan Zenobi? Edwin, Rich. Oh shit, Rich with the coming in with the heat early.
All right, let's fucking hash.
That's for the DJs and OGs.
He's on fire!
Hell yeah, thank you so much, dude. What if access listing people is part of membership? Yeah, if you do join the Hashhead membership down below, it's $4.99 a month. You get the Zen.game email alerts. So I apologize to the members that are getting those alerts. Yesterday, the gas got really high in Zen.game, and a bunch of Ethereum piled up in the Zen Burn wallet. And I have an alert set for the Zen Burn wallet to, once it hits I think I have it's at 0.015 ETH, which is basically like $25.
He's on fire!
Once it hits 0.115 ETH or $25, it'll send an email to all the hash heads and say, hey, there's some Zen to burn. Well, I fucked up yesterday. The gas got so high that it cost like $30 to burn the Zen, so nobody was burning, and it got really high. It got up to like 0.03%, and it just kept sending the email every like 10 minutes or 15 minutes. And when I got home from work, I had like 20 emails from myself. So I apologize for the flood of the gas alerts. So I did go back and edit the code so it's less annoying. It'll only email once per hour. And it'll still do the Zen.game alerts and everything. So if you're interested in getting those alerts for the Zen.game, definitely sign up for the Hashhead membership down below. We also have the 99-cent membership that includes the weekend private streams. But yeah, it's one of the perks of becoming a Hashhead. You get this. See, right now the clock's at 7.5 hours. You get an email alert when this gets down to 1 hour, 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 5 minutes. And it'll help keep your head in the game. But yeah, this is what I was talking about. So when this gets up to 0.01, you get an email. But the problem was, I didn't anticipate gas was going to be at 50 Gwei, so it made no sense to call the burn function. So it just kept triggering those emails over and over again. So I am so sorry if you got those and that was annoying. But anyways, let's get back to it. So a bit of a pump in the market. Some of them have a pullback. Like Hex has been pumping. It's down 3%. eHex down 6%. You got Flow down 4%. Filecoin down 4%. But look at Radix up 6%. That's beautiful. If you were in the private stream last week, you know that's one of my favorites. Yeah, let's go check out Bitcoin. What's up, TD? What's up, Caleb? Welcome, welcome. So we're just chilling, going over some charts, checking out what the market did today. And then we might dive into these Ethereum access lists. So as always, I like to start on the daily, and you can see we're still pumping. I mean, we're still in this heavy upward trend. We've been in an upward trend really since last January. I mean, we had the big dump down, the FTX crash last November, almost a year ago exactly. And then it's kind of funny that last night that Sam Bankman-Fried was found guilty on all 7 charges. Could be facing up to 125 years in prison. And Bitcoin is up almost 100% since then. So that's exciting to see. But with the recent pump, we have been holding 34,000, currently sitting at 34,600. Nice uptrend. Let's go zoom in on the 4 hour. And yeah, I mean, we're just creeping sideways. At the slight uptrend, we haven't fallen through it yet. Had some wicks down, but still nice. Still looking good. Wonder where the golden pocket is here in this little pocket. So you can see it's really not getting above the golden pocket, which is not a good sign. When you draw it like that, you can start to see like a little head and shoulders here. So we want to watch for that in the dump down. This is on the 4 hour, so that'll probably take a couple days to play out if it does the head and shoulders, but hopefully it stays with this uptrend. We can break through the golden pocket and maybe get up to these levels. I come here to do my XenBlocks, Zen catch up. You and brother do the heavy lifting. Hell yeah. Yeah, shout out to Crypto Bro. So what other movers do we have over here on TradingView? So what happened with Arbitrum? They get some news? Arbitrum to make an announcement. They got an announcement to make an announcement. So they're announcing they're making an announcement. They announced they're making an announcement last week. So what was the announcement? Tomorrow. They made an announcement that they're announcing tomorrow. A week ago. So it must have been a good announcement if it's pumping like crazy. You see we got some big green candles on the 4 hours. Finally got back over $1. That's one that I've been sitting on for a little bit. Yeah, nice 15% pump in the last few days. What up, Rolando? You're stack your DXM bag at these prices. Game coming. Hell yeah. I'm just here for the music. Hell yeah, you want me to turn it up? It's Friday, right? That's one thing I don't understand about streamers. A lot of them like keep their music so low. Like I like to hear the music. I'm using a service called Epidemic Sound. I made a custom playlist of just tracks I liked on Epidemic Sound. It allows you to use commercial sounds on your YouTube and still stay monetized, which is pretty nice. It's got some cool tracks like this. That reminds me of the military. They'd say stand by to stand by. What else is pumping? You see Zen's up 6%, back over 6 5. That's good to see. Look at Chainlink. Hanging on. Staying above $10. Currently sitting at 1150. This might break out. That's crazy. It's like you kind of have this. I mean, that's like right there on the breakout. Let's zoom into like the 15-minute. What's this looking like? I mean, that's so overbought right there. That's crazy. You enjoyed the intro music yesterday? It was actually the same. So I've been using that same song the last couple days. So that's the first track on this playlist. It's called Headless by Felix. And I start the playlist with that, but then I just put it on shuffle. So what else we got moving? We got Optimism up 3%. We got AGIX up 3%. We got AVAX up 2%. VMPX had that huge pump yesterday, and we're actually holding it, so that's pretty nice to see. Oops. So we drew these lines on the Fibonacci levels, and you can see it's really obeying it. So we got above it, now we're bouncing. Kind of got stuck up here, came down, bounced off it perfectly. Hopefully this continues up. We can get above this 5.5 cent level. That'd be great. Bitmap is up. Man, I forgot about Bitmap. It's been a while since I've logged into Magic Eden. I got some good ones. I have a 1500. I got a 4-digit. Let me log in real quick. Yeah. So this is my best one I have. It's a 1501.bitmap. Then I got 3680. I got some punks too. I got a ton of bitmaps. I was there early. I was minting that first month. Like check out this one. This is a 200545. A little bitmap punk. I got these like Mondrian looking ones. And these might look cool, but I also bought them with like they all have special numbers and special transactions. A lot of them are like 69 transactions or 420 transactions. They're a couple of the condensed ones are like billionaire blocks or whatever. Got a couple billionaire blocks. But I'm holding on to it. If someone wants to buy that for a 0.1 Bitcoin, I would definitely sell it for that price, but definitely holding on to some of these bitmaps. It's definitely an interesting idea. The whole ordinal concept over on Bitcoin. You're into Chainlink. They're in the news a lot. Crypto news. Hey man, you should join the Hashhead members or the even the Tree City supporters. I talk about the coins that I like on the weekends. And last week I put together a whole PowerPoint presentation of my top 5 coins that are not Zen. So if you want to know what those top 5 coins are, Chainlink might be one of them. So that's a fun little video we did last Saturday. But yeah, let's go check out Deck Screener, see how the Zen ecosystem's doing. So that's interesting. On TradingView, it said the price of Zen was over. Bro, what? That's crazy. So yesterday, is that real? Yesterday on the stream, we said, hey, if it falls out of this, we gotta watch it at this level. And it bounced perfectly. Would have been nice to open a long there. Interested in my non-Zen opinion? Hell yeah. We'll be doing another private stream for the members tomorrow. I think I have to finish that one because I lost internet at my house when I was in the middle of the last coin. So I'll probably redo the last one to start the show tomorrow. But yeah, we'll have another members only stream in the afternoon tomorrow. So that'll be fun. Shout out to the 14 watchers. If you guys could come over to my Twitter, retweet the stream, we can get some more hash heads in here. But let's see, we got any Zen pumpers today. Moonbeam Zen up 11-12%. DC Zen. Oh, Doge Chain. I'm like, what is DC Zen? Why is that up 50%? $40 of liquidity. That's funny. Zen over on Avalanche up 10%. Let's head over to the main watch. Let's see what we got going on. Pulse Chain still holding that 4-1 level. It's really just kind of moving sideways. Barely still in this uptrend. If we're looking at the wicks. But it hasn't made a new low. It's still making higher lows, which is good. DBZen back over $1. That's good to see. So we had a wick down to 66 cents, but it was really closing more around 85 cents for the lows. And I guess it's currently sitting at 96 cents, but Deck Screener says it's over $1. My inscriptions are texting me trying to get bitmaps. I inscribed many with Zen. Hell yeah. I have my Tree City West at Zen. I have that inscribed. It's my name on Twitter. I was just talking shit to Cloutcox over on Twitter. I thought that was funny. He keeps talking about sats, and I actually minted some sats because of him. So I was being sarcastic. I said, he said, should have bought the sats dip 40 days ago. I saw him mention the, it was close to being minted out, so I went and minted $1 billion. And it cost me $25 to mint the $1 billion. It's currently worth $80. So that was a pretty solid move. Shout out to Cloutcox. But I said, I minted $1 billion for 25 and today it's only worth 80. Hashtag scam. I should have minted at CoinTools. Yeah, come over to the Twitter, retweet the stream. We'll see what's going on. What about CB Zen? Let's go take a look. You got some base Zen? Do I even have CB Zen over here? Take a look at the hourly here. I mean, it's just doing the Zen thing, really. Good thing is it is making this rounded bottom, which... You know, I talk about that a lot. That's usually a sign of a reversal. You know, it's not a fast crash and a bounce. I think this is a pattern called an Adam and Eve. Is that what we got here? A little Adam and Eve pattern? So Adam and Eve pattern, candle pattern is where you have that steep drop down and it bounces, but then you have the rounded bottom and it breaks out. So that's kind of what we look like we have here. We have a steep drop down, and then we're kind of making this rounded bottom on our way back up. So that might be a good sign. It might be a good time to buy some CB Zen. But always, I mean, it's impossible to do Zen on TA on Zen. Because I say it every stream. We don't know what's going to happen. The supply is too dynamic, too elastic. There's too much Zen being minted every day. And if the demand's not there, the price is going to drop. And it's not a problem for the people minting it. But, you know, people that look at the chart, they don't understand why it looks like that. They're not the true Zenians like us. Damn, you at 1.4k subs already? Nice, you and OP Zen. I've been watching it. Yeah, for sure. This YouTube channel. So this actually used to be my YouTube. It used to be my music channel. So before I started doing crypto stuff, I already had like hundreds of subscribers and like 25,000 views. But since I've been doing the crypto stuff, I'm getting like 10 to 20,000 views a month, which is pretty cool. So if there's any other coins or anything you want me to look at, I'm just kind of looking at the charts right now. How can they sell it at a profit? Because of how it's minted. You know, it depends on what your gas fees are. So when you create your CB Zen mint, it's likely going to be in profit. It depends on when you minted it, though. Obviously, if you're, I'm just speaking the long term. If you minted, you know, long term. But it's not 2 months old. Yeah, exactly. You basically, I'm pretty sure day one mints are still profitable. But yeah, if you minted a week ago, it's probably not profitable at all. I kind of stay away from the layer 2s. I don't think it makes sense. You know, same with Phantom, kind of. Like, I kind of regret minting over on Phantom. Just because it's a gas coin, and the gas is so cheap over there that the Zen's so cheap. So it's just, I mean, there's no liquidity either, and that's a big part of the problem. There's $1,000 on Phantom Zen in liquidity. There's $700 over on Coinbase Zen. So that's my biggest knock against the Zen ecosystem, is there's definitely a liquidity problem. It's spread really thin between all these different projects. You know, imagine if all this liquidity that was in DB Zen and all these different Zen chains was only in Ethereum Zen. You know, the market cap of Zen would be probably 100 million. Like, I wonder what the market cap of the entire Zen ecosystem is. We should probably figure that out someday. Like, if you add up all the Zen coins, all of the well, I guess I'd want to know the liquidity though, not the market cap, because it doesn't matter if there's no liquidity. But that's all up for debate. I'm not in it. I'm not in Zen for the trading and the numbers. You know, it's I like the tech. I like the tech. Everybody makes fun of that. But so what are we going to look at tonight? We wanted to look at the Ethereum EIP access lists. Access lists are part of Ethereum's EIP 2930, which aims to improve the network's scalability and reduce gas costs by specifying an explicit list of addresses and storage keys that a transaction intends to access. ETH create access list. So that's Infura. Infura is a company that makes nodes. You can actually use their nodes to connect to Ethereum. So there's parameters. Place your API key. So this is how to do it with their... Okay. So it's using curl. That's interesting. Maybe we will do this tonight. I have a quick node that I run. You can actually sign up on QuickNode for free. I wonder if I have a... I'll post my referral link in the chat if there is one. But I just use this. I'm not actually trying to get a referral out of it. It's actually a really good service. It's something I use, and it's free. So you can set up a node for free that you can use privately. So, you know, when you have RPC problems and you're using like a llama node or like, you know, the chainlist.org to find different RPCs. You can actually get a private one that only you can use, and it cuts down on congestion and gas, and It's really cool how it works. Now, if you're doing commercial stuff, they're obviously going to charge you for it. But if you're just a single person, it's free to use. So you can see here, you know, I have my 50 million API credits. I've used 39 of them, and that's because I'm actually using it for my scripts and stuff. So I have to actually watch that. My one script must be it's checking the Zen.game every couple seconds, and I've done it 31 million times so far. So yeah, you can see 31 million calls, and it's just going up. That's funny. But it's free. It's free to use, and you set up these endpoints. So I have this winter sly wind endpoint, and I can add this to my MetaMask, and it's a private node that I can use. Switch to partners. That's funny. So that's what, when we look at this in Fura, it's actually telling us how to set up the access list with curl, which is a like a function type thing. And then you should get this response. Interesting. Zen, P-Zen, A-Zen, B-Zen, M-Zen, Moonbeam Zen, and the rest are just cobwebs. I feel that. I feel that. What's up, Crypto Bruh? I had a request in the chat to look at some Ethereum access lists, so we're checking it out. And so there's this company in Fura, they make nodes, and they have instructions on how to set up the ETH access list. So it creates an EIP 2930 access list that you can include in a transaction. Use this method to optimize your smart contract interactions. Access lists are part of EIP 2930, which also aims to improve the network scalability and reduce gas costs by specifying an explicit list of addresses and storage keys that a transaction intends to access. ChatGPT to the rescue. All right, so I already have my quick note set up, so I'm going to use that. I'm going to use this documentation from Infura. And then I believe I saw Roz post something recently about how to set this up or how it works. So I'm going to go peruse his Twitter real quick. I wonder if I can just search. I love that he's giving his thoughts on Titan X. That's so G. Buy and burn on Titan X is centralized market making, price manipulation. Might be good for speculation, but not in line with first principles of crypto. That's the Roz I like. You know, that's the man right there. That guy's speaking the truth. Here we go. So this is what I was looking for. We looked into access lists for DBZen, and here's what we found. EIP 2970 is available for all chains forked from Ethereum after Berlin. Discount varies to 7 across chains. So this actually says how to do it on the other chains. But how do we do it? I guess, how do you link it? All right, so let's go find the DBZen contract. What's the alpha on Jack's P2P post on X? Do you hear Cleo's cringy space? Roz faded titty X on there too. Nah, I didn't hear Cleo. Cleo has me blocked, unfortunately, so I miss a ton of the spaces over there. It's funny, he has me blocked on Twitter, but we're helping him out in the XenBlocks chat. So that's kind of funny. It's whatever though, I'm happy to help. So which one? So it's this one, claim fees and burn batch. So I got to set up my notes here. So the DB's on contract is that. And then what I want to do so this is a cool hint over here. When you're looking at Etherscan, this is the Blockchain Explorer. When you click on the contract and you click on the code button, there's this more options and this open in. You can actually use this open in to open the contract directly in Remix. So you don't have to download the contract and manually import it. You can just hit open in Remix, and then it opens the entire project right in Remix automatically. It puts the whole contract together so it's not in separate functions. That makes it really easy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this contract with the contract address and the Ethereum create access list. And we're going to throw that into ChatGPT and see what happens here. Whoops. My bad. Spazzing out over here. That's so funny, Cleo being converted into Hashhead.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Alright, so first we're gonna pop this I'll try to do it all at once. So hello, I am looking to set up an access list for one of my favorite projects on Ethereum. How do I do it? Here is the contract code and the example from Infura. I'll be using QuickNode. So I'm going to grab this information from Infura. I'm going to grab the DBZen contract. And I'm going to grab the smart contract address. And we're going to put that all into ChatGPT advanced data analysis. Hopefully it's not too long. To set up an access list for a smart contract on Ethereum, you'll need to create a transaction that includes all the addresses and support and storage keys your transaction will access. This is especially relevant when you're interacting with the contract and you want to optimize for gas costs. The Ethereum create access list JSON RPC method is used for this purpose. One second, it's getting stuffy. I'm going to open the window real quick. My GPU is heating up the place. Sorry, let's get back to the tech.
Shut the fuck up.
So we create the so first we identify the contract. So we did that. We create the contract call object. This object will include the details of the transaction you make, such as the from and the to address, in the data field, which includes the encoded function call. The data field, which includes the encoded function call. Interesting. If you're calling a function on the contract, you need to encode the function signature in parameters as hex data. This is usually done by using a library like WebJS or EtherJS, which can encode the function call based on the ABI. It's interesting. So it must be saving gas by... It basically takes part of the contract code and embeds it in the transaction, so it doesn't have to call that in the contract, I guess? Is that the gist here? It's kind of... It's calling the... If you're calling the function on the contract, you'll need to encode the function signature and parameters as hex data. This is done using a library, which can encode the function call based on the ABI of the contract. Call create access list with the transaction call object ready, and you'll make a JSON RPC call to create access list. If you're using QuickNode, you'll replace your API key with your actual QuickNode API key. Include your access list in your transactions. The response will include your access list and an estimate of the gas used. Let's walk through the steps in more detail using Python. Hell yeah! Python with Web3 to encode the function call. You'll need to install Web... Now we're talking. So we can just do it with Python. What can't we do with Python? It does everything. Especially in this blockchain world. It just works. Hell yeah, thank you, Carpro. Alright, so it produced this Python function. You pop the DBZen contract address, which it already did. That's funny though, it grabbed the wrong contract. Oh, I fed it the wrong contract. I put in the Zen crypto contract. I didn't put in the DBZen. Because the DBZen contract includes the Zen contract. So you notice there's DBZen, there's Zen crypto. I had Zen crypto selected, so it made one. It's trying to make an access list for the Zen crypto contract. So it has the function signature, the term that you want to pass. So that would be the claim rank. It wants me to create an access list for the claim rank function. I sent the wrong contract. I meant to do it with DBZen and not the Zen crypto contract. Here is the DBZen contract. Now hopefully this one's not too long. It looks pretty long though. Yeah, 600 lines of code. I don't think this is gonna fit. Ah, it did. It did. The advanced data analysis has a little more memory. Okay, so it forgot what we were talking about though. It's just telling me about the DBZen contract. So what we're gonna have to do now, I'll go back to Infura and I'm gonna have to retell it about the... So how do we create an access list using the contract above? The smart contract address is... Yeah, for sure. All right, so let's see. Creating an access list, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so it's asking which function. So it basically has to call it grabs the storage keys for a specific function. So if we come over to the contract and we go to the right contract, we have to get the exact name. Ah, how'd I get here? First, make sure you're on the right contract. So I guess the better thing to do would be to look at a burn transaction. So if I pull up a... This one's up pending. Can we see that? So it just calls the burn batch function. So I'm going to grab this burn batch function. We want to make one for the burn batch function. To create an access list for the burn batch function of the DBZen contract, you would need the following steps. Identify the address and storage slots, encode the function call, use the ETH create access list. Here's an example of how you might encode the function call and create an access list, yada yada. In this JSON RPC call, to encode the function call, you need to use the function signature and the parameter. Let's do that next. Okay, so hashing the signature function to get the first 4 bytes, encoding the... That's crazy. So the crazy thing about this advanced data analysis, instead of just giving me the Python code to figure out what it's asking, it's creating the Python code and then asking itself and then getting the result. And then it says the encoded data field for the batch number is this. So the function call with batch number 1 is this. The string includes the function, the first 4 bytes of the kak of the function signature, followed by the encoded batch number, which is 1, padded to 32 bytes. You'd include this field in your JSON RPC call to generate the access list for the transaction. So what if I wanted to do 5 batches? And I'm just going to do 5 batches to test. Let me handle encoding using a different method to generate the data for the burn batch call with the batch number set to 5. It's the same thing, it just ends in a 5 instead of a 1. You can use this data in the ETH create access list. Okay, so how would I do this? Can I use a Python script? Shout out to the 18 watchers here. We're just checking out these DBZen access lists, seeing if we can make one. So yes, you can use Python. Here's an example. It initializes Web3. Inject the POA middleware into the innermost layer. What? Inject the POA middleware into the innermost layer. Ensure that you're connected. It has the Infura stuff. Make sure this is the right contract. That looks good. From your account address to... Won't this require a gas fee to set up? I'm curious because it's not asking for the private key or anything. Ah, okay. The ETH create access list method does not require gas because it does not create the transaction on the blockchain. Instead, it simulates the execution to determine which address and storage keys will be accessed. This information is then used to create an access list, which can be included in the actual transaction to potentially save on gas. However, when you actually send the transaction that includes the generated access list, you need to pay for gas with that transaction. So, how would I send the transaction with MetaMask? Could I use Remix or something? So this is where I was kind of stuck. I wasn't sure how, so I understand this is how to send the transaction through the network, but so yeah, you can use Remix. So we'll use the Remix, deploy the player connect, the deployed contract, interact with the contract, burn batch function. Unfortunately, as of now, MetaMask does not natively support adding an access list. If you wanted to include an access list, you'd have to use MetaMask programmatically via a script that uses the MetaMask provider, or you could use another tool. So how the fuck do you do it? Here's an alternative approach. Generate the access list. Use a service or script to send the transaction. Sign the transaction. Use MetaMask to sign the transaction. This can be done programmatically. By sending the transaction data to the MetaMask for user confirmation. After MetaMask signs the transaction, it will be broadcast to the network. Can I send a transaction on Etherscan? What would be the best method to call an access list after we create it? Tell it to Eli 5. That's funny. So yeah, I'm kind of stuck here. So how do we actually send the transaction? So yes, you can send a transaction on Etherscan, but the Etherscan's write contract feature does not currently support for including a custom access list in a transaction. This process requires a backend or local script since browser wallets like MetaMask do not yet allow. Yeah, I'm not sure about this. Gonna have to do some more research. So the tricky part, I guess, is actually sending the transaction. You say to be careful about the private key, but there is no option to enter one. You're right. I should clarify that. It's assumed that you'd be running the script in a secure environment where it's safe to use a private key. Okay, so MetaMask with Ethers.js allows you to initiate transactions without having... Nice. Okay, so this is different then. So we can do this and it'll just send it to MetaMask. But will it... So using Ethers.js in MetaMask will allow us to call the access list. We are only using MetaMask to sign the transaction. I think we're getting somewhere. So maybe we can use MetaMask. We use the Ethers JavaScript with the MetaMask. Yes, exactly. When using Ethers.js with MetaMask, you can create a transaction that includes an access list. MetaMask will then be used to sign the transaction. Here's a step-by-step explanation. Can you give me the updated script with Ethers.js for our DBZen contract using the burn batch function for 20 batches? Or let's do 5 batches. What's gas right now? 15? We'll do 5 batches. What's 5? That's like 10 million Zen? That's nothing. Or is it 25 million? What if Zen contract can also use the access list? See, I don't think it can because, so I know I'm kind of flying through it, but I am learning that so the access list basically stores the command. So like with Zen, like the commands change, you know, like you'll use different terms and stuff. You know, when you create this DBZen access list, I'm creating it with 5 batches. So I can only use it anytime I call 5 batches. So like the first time I'll have to create the transaction for 5 batches. It'll work. It'll be a little more expensive, but then the next day when I go to call 5 batches, it'll be much cheaper because the transaction logic kind of already exists, and it'll just store that function and the gas that it used to figure out those functions. It'll store it in the access list, so you don't have to create that every time. That's kind of what I'm learning about this this access list. So it basically just kind of it carves out a slot and puts the DBZen function inside of it, and it'll allow you to call that 5 batches burned, and it saves on gas, so it doesn't have to figure out the logic every time. It just kind of calls that little slot that it made for your wallet. Now I thought it gave me the access list already. Let's see. Yeah, this is interesting. I definitely didn't expect the night to go like this. Talking about some DBZen. So, how do we fill the missing parts of our script? See, now I'm determined. Now I want to set up these access lists. I was not expecting how to do this. I wasn't planning on doing this, but now I'm inspired and I want to get it done. So to complete the script, you'll need the contract ABI, the access list, and the gas limit. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the DBZen contract, and we're going to grab the ABI. The ABI is the application interface. It basically tells your wallet how to call the functions in the contract. It's at the bottom of the right contract page. So it's the contract ABI here. And it's basically just a JSON file that tells the script where all the stuff is. So here's the ABI. What else do we need? We are calling the burn batch function for a total of 5 batches. I'm also going to grab that function that we pulled out of that transaction. So we got to find that DBZen transaction. So here's the function. And then here is the contract address. With the ABI and the function call burn batch provided, we can create a script using Ethers.js to interact with your smart contract on the Ethereum blockchain. The burn batch function will take a single parameter batch number and we'll set that to 5 as you mentioned. So now, once I create this access list, I'll always be able to call 5 batches for a little cheaper if I use this access list every time. Here's an updated script that includes the Ethers.js to interact with the DBZen contract. The script assumes you're running it in an environment where MetaMask is available, like a web browser. Before you run this script, you should ensure that you have Ethers library installed in your environment. Replace the ABI array that goes here with the actual ABI you provided. That was the file that we grabbed. The burn batch function is payable and requires ETH to be sent with the transaction. The script will prompt MetaMask for user confirmation. So should we do it? Let's do it. Fuck it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open up my file explorer here and I'm going to start a new project folder. This is fun. I didn't realize we were going to be doing this. So let me grab, we're going to go a new folder here. We'll call it DBZen access list. Let's go DBZen list. And we're going to name it dbzenlist.py. And then the other thing, so we need the ABI, and I usually like to put the ABI in a JSON file, so I'll just call it abi.json. And then I'll ask it, can you rewrite the script to use the abi.json that contains the ABI? So the reason I have to put it in a separate file is because this ABI file is huge. So let's go back to the contract. I'm going to go click on contract, go into the right contract, go to the bottom of the right contract. course it's going to be tripping. I'm sorry, it's the code. It's not the right contract, it's the code. So go to the bottom of the code page, select the contract ABI, and I'm going to paste this into a file. Now the thing about the ABI is it needs to be fixed and formatted, so we're going to call it fixme.json. I'm going to paste the entire thing in fixme.json. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this script and I'm going to ask ChatGPT to create a script to format it properly. So here's an example of my unformatted fixme.json. I need to convert it into a true JSON called json.avi. So while it thinks of that, I'm going to go up here and I'm going to grab our Python script and I am going to pop this into our dbzenlist.py. I'll open that in Notepad. I'll just paste the whole thing in here. That's cool. It doesn't even... I was wondering if I'd have to put my my node thing in there, but since it's calling MetaMask, I guess it doesn't need it. It just needs the contract address. Alright, so we'll see if this works. There's a good chance this will completely bomb out. No, I need the Python script to do it myself. We're going into the Matrix. What up, Dank? Welcome. What's up, TD? This is all above my pay grade. I need to take notes. Hell yeah. Purest marijuaneros. I love it. And I had a whole notes. I have a bunch of notes for this video this week, and I was going to talk about tonight, but I might just have to save them for the video. I got a bunch of notes about the P2P for XenBlocks, and how P2P works and how it's important for consensus. And I think we'll just save that. Maybe we'll go over XenBlocks tonight, but maybe I'll save the P2P stuff. Oh my god, you fucking thing. Give me the Python script in a code box. I don't need you to execute. So we got our dbzen list. Now I'm going to create the Python script to fix my ABI. So fix abi.py. All right. So we're getting close. We're getting close here. So first thing I have to do is execute the script to fix the ABI file. This is to format it in a pretty JSON file, and I'll show you what I mean. So right now, the ABI looks like this. It's basically just a wall of ugly code. So to fix it, we have to run... What did I call it? XenBlock or dbzenlists. Yeah, there we go. So we'll run our fix abi.py. ABI has been written to abi.json. So now, rather than that wall of code, we have our ABI organized into these pretty little JSON things. They're not functions. Calls. I don't know what you'd call these. Definitions, maybe. So now we have our abi.json. We have our dbzenlist.py. And we're going to execute it. And I hope this works. So what should happen... Oh no, I don't have any Xen. I don't have any Xen. That sucks. Let's see what happens. I'm curious if I execute this. So we'll type. We're just gonna type in. We'll just go for it. DB Xen list. What should happen is I should get a MetaMask window pop up asking to create the transaction to create the access list. Alright, so let's see here. Oh no, did I freeze? Oh no, I freeze. Let's see here. Alright, so we got invalid syntax, import ethers library. It looks like there's some extra notes there that shouldn't be there. So we're gonna pop that back in. Give me 1 second here. Alright, sorry about that. So, it seems you're trying to run a JavaScript. Oh, that's funny. I didn't realize it was a JavaScript. I thought we asked for a Python script. Is this really Java? Yeah, it is. Wow, I'm an idiot. That's funny. What was it? Node? Alright, so I switched over to WSL. We'll run some Linux commands. Linux makes it super easy to install shit. So I can quickly install Node.js. I can quickly install the ethers. Yeah, I don't think Python does run in a browser, but I think it can call programs that are running. Oh. So this is definitely taking a turn. We'll see if I'll run this the package manager. And we'll see if that can install Node.js. And then we'll try to run that JavaScript. Once Node.js is installed, you can start using it to run JavaScript files, install packages with npm, and develop applications. Alright, so we got ethers installed. Now we'll install the Node JavaScript app. Whoa, script deprecation warning. To avoid this wait, migrate the script. But I like the old version. No, I'm just kidding. I guess we'll have to wait 60 seconds. You're loving this, Edwin? Hell yeah. As I understand it, Python does call a JavaScript script in the browser environment, which can be... Yeah, I think it can. That's exactly what I thought we were doing. But I didn't realize it had created a JavaScript I thought we were running as Python, but we can run the JavaScript. We just gotta wait for, here we go. Now it's moving. Uh-oh. Error processing archive trying to overwrite. Broken pipe. Nice, that worked. Okay. So how do I run the JavaScript? You just type node dbzen list.js. Okay. It didn't work, but it ran. Await is only valid in an async function. Okay. All right, we're getting somewhere. Now we have something to troubleshoot. So let's see. So let's pop that in there, and then we'll actually grab our Python script here. And what does the error say, GPT? The error message indicates we're using an await outside of an async function, which is not allowed. Don't do it. Need to wrap your code. Wrap it before you tap it. This will be pretty cool if it works, but now I'm not sure if it's going to work because I'm in WSL. How is it going to call the MetaMask? Ah, so it's not. That's why we're getting the error. Ah. So let's install Node. Is there a Node for Windows? Send nodes. So let's go and install the node.node.js. This is incredible. You're giving me too much credit, Carp. We're just having fun on a Friday night. Shout out to you guys. So we got to have the Node.js environment. We got to have the JavaScript with the ABI. Come on now. I just hope this doesn't ask to reboot. If this has to reboot, we are going to do this on the member stream tomorrow. And I'm going to move on to XenBlocks. Is that fair? Then you guys will have to become members to see how to make the DBZen access list. Now, I want to do it for you guys live on stream, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully it doesn't ask to reboot. The music's pretty awesome too. Hell yeah. Maybe execute it in the debugging environment of the browser. That's not a bad idea. All right, so we got Node installed, so now we're going to exit WSL. We're back in our projects. You can see the, so if I run node dbzen list.js. So how do I run? I probably need the environment variable. How do I run Node.js to execute a JavaScript in Windows. It's either that or I'll have to go into the node folder somehow. You'll need to install Node.js, which we just did. I don't think my environmental variable is set. How do I do this in Windows for Node.js? Ah, god damn it. Insert got me. Okay, so it's node.exe. Okay, so we have to make that our environmental variable. It is at the program files. How would I set it? From command prompt. Hex is dumping. Xen must be pumping again. Uh-oh. That was kind of cool. Richard spoke, though. I was listening to that earlier. Was it really Richard, or was it an AI? I was thinking that the whole time. Okay, so this should set our path. Specified value is saved. So now if we type node, we should see, but I should be able to do that in our projects folder. That didn't work. All right, so let's see. Oh, what? Why didn't it save the path? It would be funny if the Hexicans listened to 45 minutes of Trevon's. Yeah, for sure. That would be funny. I thought Elon talking about ordinals and NFTs was AI on Joe Rogan. No, that was real. That was an interview. I saw that. They shot the arrow at the Cybertruck too. Alright, we'll do this the stupid way. So I gotta go into my system variables here. We're gonna edit the path. Let's see, program files, Node.js. No? I think I need the second slash. Nothing. Let's restart command prompt maybe. What is doxing? Hey, that worked. Doxing is when you reveal someone's personal information. So doxing would be like if you knew my address and my phone number and you posted it on Twitter and told people to harass me. That would be doxing. But just knowing someone's information is, you could be doxed, but as a malicious thing, it's kind of exposing somebody in a way that they don't want to be. But let's see here. All right, so this might work now. So we got the path set. Now we can run our JavaScript to set the DBZen access list. So if I come in here, we should be able to write node, then dbzen list.js. And it's still not calling. So that didn't work, but I want to take I think it was CarPro's idea to run it in the console for the browser. I like that idea. I wonder if it works like that. No. Didn't work like that. I also might be doing it wrong though. I think I'm gonna have to do a little more research here. I feel like we're really close though. I don't want to give up. Let's pop this error in here, just see what it says. I'm pretty sure it's gonna say it can't read MetaMask though. Trying to use the await keyword outside. Await can only be used. Here's how to fix your script. Okay, so maybe I didn't fix that error. All right, so let's see. Oh, I see. I've been updating the .py, but we changed it to a .js. So let's go back into the dbzen.js, paste this updated script in here. Make sure there's nothing missing. Make sure to run the script in an environment where window.ethereum is defined. Okay, so can I tell it to use Google Chrome and call window.ethereum? Is a global API injected by MetaMask. That's funny. Just do it. Create your own HTML page. Create a simple web page that includes your JavaScript. Serve that page. Ah, that's silly. Can I run it directly from the browser's console? I love the island vibes of the music. Kind of sounds like reggae. Yeah, I love some reggae. Some like dub. Some dub music. It's the stoner in me. Here's how to do it. Install, open your browser, navigate to any, load ethers.js. So maybe we can do this from the console. So first it says to load ethers.js. Violated. We got to do it in a blank tab, maybe? VMPX seems relatively successful. Zenians are massive stoners. That's funny. So use a local HTML file. All right. I'm gonna have to throw in the towel on this. We've been going for about an hour, and I'm not getting anywhere. We are so close. I definitely learned how it works and what we need to do, but I think I'm gonna have to do some more research. I really want to dive into the XenBlocks stuff, so we'll spend some time working on XenBlocks. We'll come back to that tomorrow. I'm gonna see if I can figure this out. Man, we're so close though. I need to figure out the wallet situation. Like, I could do it right now, but I can't put my private key in the text file for you guys to see, so I was hoping we could have it call MetaMask. Unfortunately, that's not gonna work. So let's switch gears here. I know everybody wants to talk about Titan X. No, I'm just kidding. Try the browser developer console. I'm gonna look into that. We're close, but I'm gonna toss in the towel for now. So I'm starting to really fall down this list. We got some heavy miners. I'm currently sitting at rank 68. Got 110,500 Xenium. Still sitting at 20 super blocks for about a month straight now. I'm so ready for the next super block. And I'm maintaining that 30 blocks a day, currently sitting at 31. We've had a huge spike in difficulty. It was actually over at 90,000 earlier. But I think it's going to be dropping. We're mining block rate's currently at 45 blocks a minute. So we'll probably see that come down. The difficulty's not high enough. So if you guys want, you could come over to hashhead.io. You could support by buying a coffee, and I just use that to help pay for these tools. I have the hashhead.io domain renewal coming up. It's crazy. I've had this domain for about a year now, and I originally had it when I was into Cardano, and I own the hashhead ADA tag, and that was going to be my blog about Cardano NFTs. But I kind of switched gears when I found Zen. Zen launched, and I became obsessed. You know, it's a kind of pivoted the hashhead over to the Zenium, and it just kind of makes sense. Now we're all hashheads. So if you come over to hashhead.io, you can buy me a coffee, but I also added this link. Click here to visit the new XenBlocks Explorer dashboard. So this is a web server I'm running on a little VPS that is also running a modified version of SyncNode that saves the blockchain database to a Postgres database that you can query. It's basically XenBlocks' first block explorer. So you can come over here, you can pop in your address, you can get statistics about your account. By default, when you pull up explorer.hashhead.io, it just has the account search for zenblocks.eth. So you can clear that out, put your own wallet in there, hit enter, and then you can get some statistics about your account. It is pretty slow because it's, I'm only paying like $10 a month for this VPS. It's by no means a commercial web server. I can't afford anything like that. But after a few seconds, it will load. So you can see I got my 11,000 blocks. If I check the XenBlocks in MetaMask, these values should match. So let me switch over to the XenBlocks network here. And yeah, look at that. So the MetaMask reports 110,510 Xenium. That means I've mined 11,051 blocks. I have 20 super blocks, and I have 4,710 Zuni. So that makes me so happy. My database matches up with the block with the wallet exactly. So in the last 24 hours, I've mined 46 regular blocks and 70 Zuni blocks. You can see your breakdown over the last 30 days. So you can see as the difficulty starts to increase. I was also paying a lot more for the faster miners. Now I'm really looking for that value. I'm paying like 30 cents for 8,000 hashes a second. And I'm just kind of staying in this 30 blocks a day range. So that's pretty good to see. You can see your cumulative blocks over time, your super blocks over time, and your Zunis over time. You can also see your last 10 regular blocks, your last 10 super blocks, and your last 10 Zunis. So a feature we added recently is the block search. So if you come down to your super blocks here, you can grab one. Click on the block search tab and actually put that number in the block search. You'll have to take the comma out. But this should tell me that this block is a super block. It has the hash, it has the key, it has the miner that mined it, which is my address. It has the block number, 419860. So it's just a way, if you're wondering, you know, what hash it was, you want to go back and compare the Argon hash to the key, you confirm that you mine that block, you can actually come here and search by block. So that's what makes it a block explorer. You're actually getting the information about the individual blocks rather than just the balances in your account. We also have the network stats, and there's some pretty cool network stats over here. Has the total blocks, so we're up to 4.7 million regular blocks, 5.5 million Zunis, and today we cracked 6,000 super blocks. So think about that. We have 4.7 million regular blocks, and there's only 6,000 super blocks. In the last 24 hours, we've had 743 unique accounts mine a block. And it's basically a 1 second average time in between the last 1,000 blocks. So you can see the daily miner change. We're basically staying around 700 miners a day, not too much fluctuation there. The difficulty over time, you can see it was kind of hovering around 65 for a couple weeks, and now we're starting to slowly ramp up, starting to get some more buzz around the project. Rolando says he spent about $200 on cloud mining. Hell yeah, I'm curious how many blocks you found. How many Zunis and regular blocks? So if we come over, look at the blocks per minute by account, we see our crazy miner friend is gone. Yesterday we had a guy that was mining 8 blocks a minute. Today we have 2 guys mining 4.5 blocks a minute, and then 2 guys mining 2 blocks a minute. And these are our fastest miners for today. They've mined the most blocks in the last 24 hours. And then kind of the same metric, blocks per hour. It's just different weight. And then another new feature is this all blocks by account. This is kind of cool. You can actually get a list of every block you mined. And it does take a second for it to search, but it does work. It'll actually search the entire 4 million entry database and give you a list of every block that you've mined. So here's every block that I mined. You can see my last 3 were Zunis. I had a couple regular blocks in a row. Then I got a bunch of Zunis, regular blocks. So no super blocks for me either, guys. I feel you there. So yeah, that's really exciting. I'm excited to talk about the P2P stuff as well. I got all my notes ready. So these are the notes for the P2P stuff. So that's exciting. But I'm going to save that for its own video. That's going to be a dedicated video instead of a live stream. And yeah, I mean, that's really all I have. Definitely check out Xen.pub. You can get the latest Zen ecosystem stats over there. Shout out to Zen Crypto Store. They hooked it up with the merch drop this week. The leather coasters are still smelling good. Yeah, guys, I'll be honest, I'm starting to get hungry. I've been going for about an hour and 40 minutes, so I think we're going to wrap it up for tonight. Tomorrow we'll be doing another nice day of streaming. I'll do the private stream probably in mid-afternoon. There'll be another members-only stream. I'll probably put together another presentation. Just for the members only. If you want it, you could join the members. We have the Tree City supporters for 99 cents, and then we have the hash heads for $4.99. The hash heads, the upgraded membership, includes the Zen.game alerts, so you get the email alerts, and it's pretty cool. You can actually set a custom alarm, set a VIP contact, and then anytime you get that email, your phone makes that special sound and it tells you, hey, you have to go check out Zen.game because the game's about to end. So it's been fun doing that. After the private stream tomorrow, we'll be back with another public stream. We'll be watching Zen.game. We got about 6 hours, so maybe tonight will be the night. Looks like this clock will end at like 3 in the morning, so might have to stay up and watch that. But yeah, that's all I got for tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for coming. Hope you guys have a happy Friday. Have a good Saturday afternoon, and we will be back tomorrow. Thank you for watching Tree City Live. My name is Tree City Wes. I hope you guys stay zen. Peace.
All right, let's fucking hash.